I'm going to talk about how area can change and how to climb through a card or a sheet of paper. You can actually do this with a business card if you do it tiny enough. So let me just show you with a 5x7 card. So here we've got, it's 7 inches this way and 5 inches this way. So if we do length times width to find the area, that's going to be 7 times 5. So we've got 35 square inches, or 35 inches squared. You can write it like that too. So in order to climb through this, the first thing we're going to do is fold it in half the long way. Okay? I'm going to fold it in half this way. All right? Once it's folded in half, on the folded side, see, here's the open side, here's the folded side, we're going to make a cut here, and we're going to stop here, and we're going to make a cut here, and we're going to stop there. And you're going to cut all the way through the fold, all right? But don't go all the way through here. We don't want to cut these ends off, okay? So what it's going to look like is this, because we didn't cut all the way through. When we open it up, see, it's actually going to have a slit here and a slit here. And then we're going to take this middle part and we're going to cut this right along that fold. But we're not going to cut these ends. It's really important to not cut those ends. If you accidentally cut them or they rip, you got to start over again, all right? So we're going to cut that center fold, being careful of the ends. And now it should look like this. It should look like you cut out an H, because there's a cut coming down here and a cut coming down here and then one in the center. See, it kind of looks like an H. And if we folded this the way it was when we made those cuts, it would look like this. Here's the center fold right here. And if you can see, I've still got my remaining folds here and here. See that? So we're going to fold it back again the way it was, like this. So the open end is down, and we've got the little fold here and the little fold here. This is the area we just cut. And what we're going to do is we're going to make cuts starting with the unfolded side. So here's the little fold and here's the little fold that we kept. We're going to start cutting down here, and we're going to go up and stop on both sheets. So we're going to cut through both layers, okay? And then we're going to come starting from the top and go down, but not all the way. And then we're going to start down here and come up again, and we're going to alternate, going back and forth, taking turns. And if you can do it symmetrically, that would be even better. See how this one has our first slit that we made, but now it starts down here and it goes up? And see how it's symmetrical right here? And then the next ones are symmetrical, and then I've got one in coming like this, and then one in the middle. So they kind of match. These two match, these two match, these two match, and then that center one matches. If you can do that, that would be great, but you don't have to. But you do have to make sure that they're even, okay? The width of them doesn't have to be even, but you want this opening slit to have the next one coming from the unfolded side. See? It's got to be coming from the unfolded side. And what's going to happen is we're going to end up with a shape like this. It's going to look like an accordion. See that? And if I put it back, you can see our initial paper. And you can see how I went back and forth with my cuts. See? It's like a big accordion. Okay? When we open up this big accordion, we're going to have a big circle that we can actually step through. Now this works because we're changing the shape of the paper by making those alternating cuts. And the actual surface of the paper itself never changed. We still have the same amount of paper we started with. We just changed it. And we can make the circle bigger by making the cuts closer together or farther apart. This would make a smaller circle, and because these are closer together, that would make a larger circle. So we still have the same amount of paper and area. It's just been redistributed. And the paper went from that 7 by 5 or 5 by 7, it was 35 square inches. Now it's 1 inch and 35 inches long. See? So it's still 35 inches squared. It's still the same amount of paper. So our area stayed the same, but the perimeter changed, didn't it? Isn't that kind of cool? You can try this with your friends and family. And if you can get a index card and try it with an index card, that'll work too. Just make sure you are very careful doing your cuts, all right, so it doesn't rip. Or you have to start over, all right? I'll see you next time. Have fun with this. Bye.